The US and Britain are currently attacking about 30 Houthi targets throughout Yemen. According to foreign reports, the attack is concentrated in 10 different locations, including the capital city of Sana'a and the provinces of Taiz and Hudaydah. In response to the attacks, a senior member of the Houthi militia said that this is an open war, and he added, "Our actions against Israel will continue until the aggression on Gaza ceases, whatever the cost." At the same time, yesterday, the US attacked more than 85 targets in Syria and Iraq. The Al Jazeera network reported at least 10 dead and 18 wounded in an attack on 8 bases in eastern Syria. Also, other sites near the border with Iraq were attacked. The US military has dropped more than 125 precision munitions on intelligence bases, missile and drone depots, and logistical depots of the pro-Iranian militias in Iraq and Syria. John Kirby said, in total, 7 installations were attacked, 4 in Syria and 3 in Iraq, with 85 targets inside them. We believe that the attacks were successful and all the planes returned to their bases in the United States. He emphasized, the US response began tonight, but it is not over. A spokesman for the Iraqi army said that the American attacks against the pro-Iranian militias in Iraqi territory could have disastrous consequences for the security and stability of Iraq and the region. According to a report in the Wall Street Journal, Jordanian planes also participated in attacks against the pro-Iranian militias alongside the American ones. The New York Times reports that Iran has placed all of its armed forces on the highest level of alert in an attempt to deter the US from escalating. We all know that the reason for the attacks is justified. Iran crossed a red line by ordering its proxy militias to attack an American base in Jordan, which resulted in the deaths of 3 American soldiers and the wounding of 34 others. The attack on the Tower 22 base in northeastern Jordan, near the Syrian border, which houses about 350 American soldiers, was carried out using a drone that was apparently launched from Syrian territory. Since the beginning of the war in Gaza, the American forces in the Middle East have been attacked more than 150 times by pro-Iranian militias in Iran, Syria, Jordan, and off the coast of Yemen and the Red Sea. The attack on American-based Tower 22 in Jordan was the first of the outbreak of war in which American soldiers were killed. Following the deadly attack, Washington persuaded Biden to take a tougher hand than usual. President Biden, who is in an election year, now needs to respond strongly and deter Iran without being dragged into a war in the Middle East. The pro-Iranian Iraqi militia Hezbollah brigades accepted responsibility for killing the Americans. Tehran denied involvement in the attack, saying that the decisions made by the militias it supports are made independently, and they do not receive orders from the Ayatollah's regime. As Israeli officials often say, in the Middle East there is no mercy for the weak, and enemies are always looking for a crack in their opponents' defenses that can be exploited. This is why whatever the form of American punishment for the deadly attack is, it will have to be very strong to deter Iran from responding or escalating.